Health. This six-letter word is significant for a sustained better life. This gallant institute takes care of this word from its initial edge to the concluding edge. This premier institution has a long and golden history. Established in 1707, it was the first hospital in Kolkata, constructed by the Council of Fort William. Later on, it came to be known as Presidency General Hospital, or PG Hospital. In 1954, independent India, PG Hospital was renamed to be St. Sukhlal Karnani Memorial Hospital, or SSKM, after the great philanthropist of Kolkata. The hospital was also the first postgraduate medical institute in eastern India, inaugurated on 16th January 1957 by the then Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Since then, this institute came to be known as the Institute of Postgraduate Medical Education and Research, or IPGME&R. The journey to be acquainted of this facility may be started from the gate facing the century-old Victoria Memorial Hall through the Ronald Ross Avenue. Sir Ronald Ross, associated with this hospital, received the Nobel Prize on 10th December 1902 for his discovery on the cycle of malarial parasite. Celebrating this achievement, the gate of commemoration bearing his statue and plaque was unveiled in 1927. On our passage, two old architectural gems, at the left, the administrative building, and at the right, the Woodburn Ward, both established in 1908. Just at the back side of the Woodburn, the Level 1 Trauma Care Center, with all modern medical amenities, will draw your attention. Let's take a turn to see our oldest heritage buildings. Main block, established in 1902, which house blocks like Curzon, Victoria, Alexander, Mackenzie, Cable. The names themselves are surfacing age-old histories of these blocks. This institute is practically a well-edited compendium of new and old structures. Practically with the passage of time and development of medical science, this Institute of Excellence has added new pages in this compendium. New OPD building, BIN OPD building, and academic building are the new additions in this bouquet. The facilities available at IPGME&R SSKM Hospital provides high-quality healthcare and commitment, backed by well-trained, dedicated officials. This endeavor has compelled to avail new dimension in the field of medical science, like digital subtraction angiography, or DSA techniques. Eastern India's first Level 1 Trauma Care Center, and recently added Telemedicine Center to cater the medical consultation to huge number of home-isolated COVID-positive and other patients who require immediate medical attention. One of the greatest recognition received recently was on 20th November 2020, when the Week magazine announced the SSKM Hospital as the second best multi-speciality hospital in the Eastern India. Since inception, this hospital is accustomed to cater healthcare services to a huge number of patients. But present-day demand is so critical that it has to assimilate some neighboring healthcare facilities to drape up an agile system of delivering comprehensive medical care under single administrative umbrella. As a result of this, Bangalore Institute of Neurosciences, along with Ramrik Das Harlalka Hospital, Shambhunath Pandit Hospital, PG Polyclinic are now annexed institutes of IPGME&R SSKM Hospital. This institute has again shown its unputdownable attitude during the grey days of pandemic and lockdown. The first RT-PCR lab of the state was housed in this institute, which has already tested around 3 lakh samples. The Department of Endocrinology is undertaking a large seroprevalence study for COVID-19. IgG antibody amongst health workers in government and private hospitals of the city. Despite of several obstacles, the School of Digestive and Liver Diseases, or SDLD, successfully performed liver transplantation while tackling the troubles of continuing its regular patient care services in both SSKM and annexed PG Polyclinic, including specialized procedures like fibroscan, endoscopy, ERCP, etc. During these pandemic days, a 3-month-old baby from the remote district of Murshidabad reached SSKM at the Institute of Otorhinolaryngology and Head and Neck Surgery with peanuts stuck in both the lungs. The institute took the challenge and removed the peanuts within 25 minutes to give the baby his right to breathe fairly. The Institute of Cardiovascular Sciences, or ICVS, faced the challenges of first heart transplantation a couple of years back. The department had again performed the same procedure, evading the odds of pandemic period, and simultaneously rendered specialized interventions like permanent pacemaker implantation, bypass surgery, etc. The notable outcome of Regional Organ and Tissue Transplant Organization, or ROTM, within these grey days was to arrange time-bound air transportation of lungs of a cadaver to the remote southern city of Hyderabad. In spite of several odds, this institute has taken the challenge of prevailing pandemic and successfully continued all the services, including super specialty departments like cardiology, neurosurgery, nephrology, urology, rheumatology, etc., even in the lockdown period. While the neighboring medical facilities have been declared for treating COVID patients, SSKM reached out of its ability to serve the ailing patients referred from such facilities, especially the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology and Sick Newborn Care Unit, or SNCU, of this institute took huge load in this period. Even in the pandemic-stricken days, Level 1 Trauma Care Center of SSKM stood up for hand reimplantation surgery of a 10-year-old boy to give him a new life. Also, transplantation of organ, donated by the first female organ donor of the year 2020 from tribal community, was done in this pandemic period to save the lives of 3 recipients. It is worthy to mention here that management of mental trauma and depression cropped out for total disruption of normal life due to lockdown, and uncertainty of pandemic was righteously handled by the centuries-old Institute of Psychiatry, Center of Excellence, or IOP-COE, a neighboring facility within the campus of SSKM IPGME&R. The institute is deep-rooted in history, but envisaged a future marked by growth to provide the best and the most comprehensive healthcare to our society. Centuries past and centuries to come, SSKM promises to rise on top of healthcare, building the path through top-notch medical services. The befitting slogan of this institute is, "Miles to go and never to sleep."